And welcome back to the second part. So let's close this. There. Now we define more frames underneath here, so I'm going to speed that up. There we go. Those are the other frameworks that we need, so have a good look at it. So I'm going to run it now and you guys see what I'm talking about. There. So close that, and let's define other frames right underneath here. These are going to be for the far right, and that I'm going to call receipt. So let's just copy one of these. We copy this one, and paste it right here. Now let's copy this. We're now going to need more information on that, so I'm going to copy this very one, this one up here, paste it here. Now change the name to receipt and button. Underscore button frame. There. And that is going to be right inside customer frame. Cut that off, paste customer in there, and copy this, paste that here. Right. The border is going to be 10. Okay, so let's say BD, that'll be equals 10. I'm going to get rid of this. Alright, the width, let's say the width is 400 plus 450, and the height, I'm going to just make that 400. So get rid of the padding. Right, and get it padded to the right. There. Now I'm going to create some other receipts right inside it. So the first one is going to be, let's use this. I'm going to use this very one. Copy the customer, I'm going to paste it there and just change it around. So that's going to be known as receipt frame. Paste that in there and change it to receipt frame. Paste. And receipt frame is right inside receipts underscore button frame. And what do we have here? This one will be known as receipt. The width, I'm going to make that 350. The height will be 300. Text, that's correct, and there every other thing is correct. Now one more thing to do is I now need to create a button frame. But before then, we can run this and you guys see what I'm talking about. Run it and let's see. This is how it looks. That's the receipt frame and so on. Okay, let's close that. But wait a minute, there seems to be the other framework we're missing. Let's see. See, they are missing. Let's come in here. Oh, look at that, 3000. That's wrong. So let's run it again. There we go. Look at the other frameworks. So that is fine. So the next thing is right underneath here. I'm going to enter a button. So close that, close this as well, and right underneath here I'm just going to copy this and paste it right underneath here, and just change the name to button frame. And there. And button frame is also resident inside receipt underscore button frame. The width is the same, the height is going to be approximately 100. And what about this? Maybe get rid of this border. I'm not gonna need that. It will be there, but let me leave this border for now so that you guys know that there's border there. I'm going to get rid of it, and it's going to be inside row number 1, on row number 1 I mean. Right, what about the font? Do we need the font? No, we don't need the font. We don't need any of these. I'm going to delete it, but for now let's just run it to see how it looks like. That's how it is looking right now. I don't need this. That should have been button. Buttons. And even these other ones, they are there, you can't see them because there's no border on them. They're here somewhere. Let's put a border on it for now. Then I can always delete it. So I'm going to put a border here. Copy that, put a border here, and another one here, so you guys just see it. Okay, so if I run it, there we go. Okay, you see the border around it, but I don't need those border though. Okay, undo those borders for now. And I'm going to get rid of these as well. I'll just leave that for now. Okay, now that is all done. Okay, let's start work with the widget. So the very first one is going to be known as label. So let me copy this word label. Now just change things around. Come right down here, paste that there. This label is going to be for the name. So LBL first name. Right. Let's change it here. LBL first name is going to be on 0, row 00. There. And it's resident right inside customer's name. Where is my customer name? Right there. I'm going to copy that, paste that here. It's inside customer name, frame customer name. The font size, make that 14. The text content on it, I'm going to change that to first name. Right. Make the border BD equals 7. And let's say strictly we want it to be on the wet side. Right. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to change that for my text box that I want on it. So the LBL will become TXT as well, and that is inside customer name. The font is the same, every other thing is the same, apart from I would like it to have text variables. So in there I'm going to enter text variable equals my very first variable that I have up there called name, comma. So the variable, have a good look at it. I have it here. That's it. First name. Okay, bring it down. The very first variable is there. Then I also want it, let's say insert with, how shall we go for 2 equals 2, comma, and let's justify it right. Justify equals right. There. And that's all there is to that. But we need to change this to 1. It's on column 1. And get rid of this. Let's run it and see how it's going to look like. The 2 widgets that I have on there. We have an error. Let's see what was the error about. Okay, I think the error is this label. It shouldn't be a label. That should be an entry. Okay, let's see. Let's run it again. There we go. Look at it. That's an entry. That's good. Close that. I'm now going to copy all of these and paste it right underneath here. This is going to be for surname. Change this to surname. And change the others as well. There we go. Okay, if this is on row 0, this one will be 1, and this one will be 1. There. And this will be surname. The variable here is surname as well. There is no text on it. That is wrong. Get rid of that on the text. Get rid of this as well. And here, surname. Right, so let's run it and see how it's going to look like. Then we can speed things up. There we go. You see that, guys? I'm now going to speed it all up. Okay, close that. Okay, I have speed it all up. So that is how it's looking. Have a good look at it. And I'm going to move it down so that you see the rest of the codes. There. That's it for now. So let's run it. There we go. I don't seem to like this border. That is too thick. Let's change the customer name. Customer name border. Let's see. That's it right there. It's not going. It's not meant to be 20. So it's 10. So let's run it and see. There we go, guys. That's a little bit much better. Okay, the next thing we want to do now is to, let's populate this side of it, this very one here. Close that. So since I've finished with the customer names and so on, let's copy that and just paste that in there. As for customer name, come right down. The next one is going to be, I'm just going to call that flight information. Flight information. Right, underneath flight information, we need a label. I'm going to copy this. Paste that in here. And that is meant to be departure. Okay, change this to departure as well. and it's meant to be inside travel frame. Let's see the frame. Travel frame, this very one. Scroll right down and change that to travel frame. 14 is fine. The text content on it should be departure. We have a border. This should be on 0. Row 0, 0 strictly. Okay, west, that's fine. If I run this now, this is what you guys will see. There we go. Alright, now let's add a different widget on that. So underneath there, I'm going to add the following widget. It's going to be self. Let's add a space here so that you can see it properly. Dot combo departure. Do I have departure there? Equals ttk dot combo box. And inside the combo box will be inside travel frame. The variable that I will use, I believe I have up to, there we go. I'm going to be using this variable number 11. So let's go for text variable. Feeling lazy, text variable equals variable 11, comma, and the state of it. This is some of the properties of this combo box. You can always research it. It's going to be read only. Right. The font, I'm going to make that about 20. Paste. Make that 20. And what else do we need? We need a width. Let me put the width right underneath here. The width is going to be about 14. And close that up. Now the combo, we need some value in there. Paste. It's going to be using square bracket, value. Okay, close that. Equals. Open a bracket. The first one is empty, comma. The second one is going to be Heathrow Airport. That's one of our point of departure. Then I'm going to go for Nigeria Airport. I think they call that should be called as maybe MM. Okay, let's say Lagos MM. That's fine. Comma. Then I'm going to go for one in Texas. I'll call that DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Okay. Then let me go for one local one here. I'll just call that Luton. And I think that will do. Yeah, that will do. Close that. These are just the 4 airports I intend to use. Now, this is self again. Self dot departure dot current value that should appear on the On the widget itself, I'm going to make that 0. There's nothing in there, so you can always select yours. Self dot read. Let's make that 0 0, the 1 0. Zero, okay, 0 is going to be 1 here. Close that. So if I run it now, you will see what I'm talking about. This is 0, nothing will be inside the widget. So let's hope there's no error. There we go. You see, there's nothing in there. If I drop it down, then I can select. Alright, close that. Okay, I'm going to have to populate the rest so that we can speed it all up anyway. So let's come back down here, okay, and just speed that up. Right, there we go, guys. Have a look at it. Let's move this so that you can see it all. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to now run it. Take a good look at it from up there, down here. There's that combo box. Run. There we go. Okay, that is fine. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial. See you guys shortly.